Let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're decoding something called the ninth praise of the Ginza Rabba. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That sounds like some ancient, dusty Middle Eastern scripture from the Mandaean religion, right? And, well, it is. It's thousands of years old. But here's the crazy part. We're going to unpack its metaphors and transform them into this totally epic, super relatable journey. Seriously, if you've ever felt completely stuck in a bad situation and just needed that push to leave the negativity behind and literally level up your life, this ancient text gets it. It speaks directly to that exact vibe. So, think about this for a second. What actually happens when you leave your familiar world behind? Imagine finally finding the guts to walk away from a toxic friend group or just stepping completely out of your comfort zone. You know that crazy mix of nervous butterflies and total freedom? That is exactly the dramatic hook this text uses to describe the soul's big departure. It's like a wake-up call, acknowledging that you're dropping the old world and stepping into something completely unknown. Section 1. The Soul's Journey to Light, a 3-part epic quest. Okay, so the text maps out this whole adventure in 3 really clear steps. Step 1 is breaking free from the past and the old physical world. Step 2 is navigating past the lurking darkness and toxic forces, because, let's be real, any good quest has its bosses to defeat. And step 3 is finally arriving safely at this ultimate realm of light. It's honestly like a hero's journey, but perfectly tailored for the everyday struggles of growing up and figuring out your own path. Section 2. Baggage, good and bad. What are you carrying? The ancient words here say, the one weighed down by good deeds ascends, and the one weighed down by bad deeds is isolated. It uses this super powerful metaphor of being weighed down. But there's a really cool twist here. It's saying that your actions dictate your momentum. Doing good actually gives you the momentum to ascend, to rise up, while bad choices just leave you isolated and totally stuck. It's a brilliant way to show how our daily choices actually hit us. On one hand, you have the ancient concept of being isolated by bad deeds. But if we translate that for today, imagine you're dragging around a giant, heavy backpack stuffed with toxic choices, gossip, drama, negative self-talk. It literally holds you back from making any real progress. You end up isolated because all that heavy negative energy just pushes people away. But on the flip side, positive actions, like kindness and integrity, those become the actual steps that propel you forward. Moving on to Section 3, Escaping the Crumbling House, Leaving the Toxicity Behind. So, the text actually speaks directly to the soul here, asking, "Oh, poor soul, why are you sad? Because you left this house?" It refers to that old negative world as a crumbling house, which, if you think about it, is the absolute perfect metaphor for a toxic environment. A friend group built on drama? That's a crumbling house. The text is basically reassuring you, look, all these houses of evil and their fleeting dramas are destined to collapse anyway. Why cry over leaving a place that was literally falling apart? The logic here is just undeniable. Walking away from that crumbling house, a place that's temporary, flawed, and just packed with negativity, that isn't a loss, it's a massive upgrade. You're moving toward an eternal, safe, and radiant city of light. You aren't losing out. You aren't missing out. You're just escaping a collapsing building to find where you truly belong. Section 4. Soaring towards the light, unburdened and free. I absolutely love this part. The text says, "And I am like a bird flying to the land of light. I fly." Once you're finally freed from all that heavy baggage, you literally transform. You aren't just trudging away anymore. You're a bird soaring, completely unburdened, heading toward this massive, bright future. It perfectly captures that weightless, amazing feeling you get when you finally stop trying to fit in where you just don't belong. Now, of course, the journey isn't perfectly smooth. The text gives a heads up that obstacles remain, the wicked rumble, and the oppressors lurk to destroy. Yep, it turns out that even thousands of years ago, people still had to deal with haters trying to tear them down. Even as you're flying forward, there are going to be toxic forces, or even your own internal doubts, trying to sabotage your progress and asking who you think you are. But the hero of our story, they push right through it, and the reward is incredible. The text says, "Life came out to meet me, dressed me in my glow, and clothed me in my light." The protagonist arrives at their true home and gets an actual, literal glow-up. They are welcomed warmly by life itself. Instead of that heavy, dark backpack we talked about earlier, they are dressed in pure, radiant energy. Talk about a win. Which brings us to Section 5, choosing luminous companions. Actionable wisdom for today. This is where we get a super clear 4-point checklist for our everyday lives. Number 1, draw near to the righteous and good people. Basically, go find your true supportive squad. Number 2, turn away and do not approach the wicked. Protect your energy, guys. Number 3, be a radiant lamp among other lamps. And number 4, stand firm and upright as a believer in what is good. I am obsessed with this quote. Your stay is joyful and a lamp illuminating among the lamps. It's telling us that by doing the hard work, leaving the crumbling house, ditching the heavy baggage, and standing firm with the right crowd, you don't just find the light. You actually become the light. You become a joyful, glowing part of this radiant community, lighting up the path for everyone else around you. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question to really think about. What kind of light are you bringing to your own path today? Are you still carrying around that heavy backpack of toxic baggage in a house that's literally crumbling? Or are you ready to step out, drop the weight, find your true squad, and be that illuminating lamp in your own world? The choice, just like it was written centuries ago, is entirely yours.